of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare. She can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I've missed a couple of days with you guys, and I missed you guys. Like, sometimes, oh, there's a lot of necklaces here. Sometimes you don't realize what is your favorite things to do until you don't have it anymore, right? Like eating ice cream. If somebody took ice cream away, well, right now, I don't really eat ice cream, but if they took it away, I would miss it, right? And that's how I'm feeling about the morning report. Like, it almost is like I have to figure out that no matter what, the morning report has to go through. But I don't like doing it in the afternoon, and that's one of my biggest problems. Like, sometimes I'm available in the afternoon, but when it gets to be around 3 o'clock, well, to me, the day is over. But maybe I can make concessions, because if it's Pacific time, it's not over. There's still morning at 3 Eastern. All right, I'll figure it out. In any case, I haven't been here because I was at a juvenile detention center. And we made jewelry. And I encouraged them to make bracelets, but kids being kids, decided that they could be more creative. And so rather than insist upon they do it my way, because I'm so flexible and I don't believe in rules anyway, we talked about this, I decided to let their spirits run amok and let them do what they wanted to do. So the bracelets are designed to have like 3 balls on one side, a centerpiece, and 3 balls on the other side. That's the way it's designed. And that's what was encouraged. But we're talking about teenagers. And teenagers change the world. You used to be a teenager. And without you being a teenager and having the vision for something else, whatever that else could be, right? No one could imagine the internet exploding or streaming, which when I was a teenager, it was something called Atari. And now it's Joe Budden, Madden, football games, like the expansion of allowing generations to create change. And that's what I did when I presented to them an idea of making the wishing bracelets for themselves. And they decided that they were going to make wishing necklaces, which also meant that they were going to use up a lot of my material. And I had to decide that their freedom of expression was more important than my need to control their designs the way I have it designed. So what I decided to do was let them be, let them create their bracelets, their necklaces, their whatever. Let them create their outcome. And that I would learn from them. That's what I decided, that I could learn from them. Well, let me say hi first. Hi, Linda. Hi, sweetie. Such a pretty smile. You look like Portia Williams a little bit, Linda, in that picture. Hi, Ayana. Hi, Steven. Hi, Colton. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Jenny G. In any case, I went to the detention center, and I think it might change my life, right? I'm always looking for service and servitude and being able to provide something so that somebody else can make a difference. Like, I did not have a good childhood, right? Until my dad came along, and then things began to balance out gratefully. But my childhood wasn't the best, especially between, I guess, 10 and 16, which is your memory. Like, that's your hardcore memory. And I can't imagine no one helping me. Now that I'm older, like, I demanded help. I demanded help, or else I would be in the streets. I would be selling my punani to survive. I would be called out names. I don't know. I probably would be robbing and stealing for survival's sake. Pretty much. I'm pretty confident of that. Right? Pretty confident. But just at the turn, because I had ran away from home, and so just at the turn of running away from home and literally choosing the streets and making a decision that going back home was never going to be the option, I made one last phone call. And I made it to my dad. And I basically told him he didn't have a choice. Like, it was his time to pick up the weight and give me grace. And I didn't say that as a 15-year-old. I'm saying that now as a 60-plus-year-old crone that can now understand he didn't turn his back on me. He gave me a yes. And he couldn't pick me up because there was a strike going on, and I ran away during a fucking strike, transit strike. And he told his girlfriend, longtime girlfriend, to come pick me up and don't say 2 words to me. And I'll never forget that order he gave her. He was like, don't mother her. And I think he said it to her because he knew my mother. And he was like, if this girl has to run away, it went left. So you, as a woman that I'm dating, you don't know her story. I would say he didn't even share his story with this woman. So he told her, pick her up. I think I was on 145th and St. Nick. I don't remember anymore. In Harlem. And he said, pick her up and don't say 2 words to her. And he was in Vegas at the time. It's going to take him a couple of days to get home. And that's what she did. She picked me up and she said good morning. Asked me if I ate. And I said, yeah, I did. And I'm just sitting there like watching TV, and no one's ordering me to go to school. So I figured school ain't going to happen because I'm not going to school. I've already decided that too. And then he comes home. And I fully expected him to come because he's a big guy, right? Like 6 feet, like 500 pounds. A big guy. I expect him to come home and be like, bop, 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 bop. Oh, hold on a second. The cat came out. Let me make sure. Okay. So I fully expected him to come in like pum 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 pum, because I hadn't seen him in a while, so I don't know what type of man. This last time I saw him, I was 10. I didn't know who he had become. But he came in like a gentle giant. And he said, are you okay? And I said, yeah. And he said, okay. Let's talk in the morning. Okay. And morning came and he says, gotta go to work, are you okay? And I said, yeah. And he said, I'm going to work. And I said, okay. And he left, came back, ate dinner. He's not questioning me at all. Not asking me what happened, not questioning me. Next day, he said, I'm going to work. And I said, okay. And he left, and he came back, and this went on for a couple of days before he questioned me. The man was smart. The man was really smart. I guess he knew that I had ran away, and then he didn't want me to run from him, too. So he didn't push me. He just said, I'm going to work. Okay, well, you enjoy work. And eventually it got, what are you going to do today? And I was like, nothing. And he would be like, okay. Like, okay. Because the challenge was on. I wasn't scared of him. I was scared of my mother. Him? No. You left me. So, you want to fight? I'll give it to. Right? That man never fought. Never fought me. And then finally, I guess about a week goes by and he says, let's have a game plan. Let's figure out how to get you back into school. And you don't have to go back to the same school, but let's have some conversations with a school that would be willing to take you in. Okay, I mean, I like school. I just couldn't think under the circumstances. The school wasn't an issue, peace of mind was. And so when he said, it's okay, well, yeah, whatever. So he did. He found me a school where I could finish high school. And then we have like drinking in our family. And my mom, bless her soul, who I think might have fully recovered in heaven, was the drinker. And drinker falls through the bloodline, always. Drinking. And so, while my dad and his girlfriend was at work, I was hitting the bottle every day. But then I didn't want to get in trouble. And my dad was not a drinker, so I don't even know why they had liquor in the house. And so I'd fill it up with water. So he wouldn't know that it was missing. I don't know. That was stupid. And one day they had friends over, and I was out, and they had friends over, and they went to go pour some liquor, and liquor was nowhere to be found. It was water. Now, first of all, that's really embarrassing. Second of all, you have one person in the house, and now you recognize that this girl's a lush, or has the potential to be a lush, right? Because it's in the DNA. Why did my dad sit me down and tell it to me in such a joke? You know, funny thing that happened today. We had friends over, and we offered them some drinks. You know what came out of the drink? Water. And he's looking dead at me, but he's telling it in such a joke, and I'm looking dead at him, and I'm realizing the humor. Like this guy's got a great sense of humor. And so I laughed with him. And he showed me it was safe to make mistakes. That I wasn't going to get yelled at. I wasn't going to get beat up for it. But there was no way in hell he was going to let me keep drinking. But he presented it in such a way that the memory stayed. Not the memory of how you fucking could touch my liquor. I was so embarrassed. I really don't care if you were embarrassed. Like, I'm practically homeless. What did you want me to do? I'm not saying that at 15, but my actions are like, don't care. But when he presented the problem to me in such a humorous way, how could I become a drunk? Like, it didn't make sense. And so I have to monitor the disease that's in me. It's there. It will always be there. I have to monitor it. But I'm 60-something, survived all of that, and walked smack dead into a bunch of children who have family problems, drinking problems, sometimes more severe. And I was asking them to make a wishing bracelet. And I had all these little trinkets, and my trinkets run from seashells to stars to turtles, a lot of turtles in my trinkets for the centerpiece, a lot of turtles. But just a gamut, keys, dolphins, just a gamut of candy. And one kid picks up a dragon, and he says, "What's this with the dragon?" Like, he said, "Why dragon?" And I says, "Well, sweetie, dragons are real." I said, every culture has dragons in their culture. I don't know about the American culture, but every other culture that's been established since Jesus has a respect for the dragons. And I said, Sweetie, dragons are real. I said, you know what's not real? Dinosaurs. But dragons? Dragons are real. I said, are you drawn to the dragon? And he just nodded his head yes. I says, well, I would think that the dragon meant that maybe you should speak up assertively. Not yelling and screaming, but use the fire inside of you to come through your throat and speak. What do you want? Say it. And I says, this doesn't mean be aggressive. This means that it's okay to stand up for yourself and have a conviction in a stance and say what you want. And he just looked at me and he was like, I just looked at back at him and I was like, so all the kids made their jewelry. So proud of them. One bracelet was made for a staff member. All the other kids made necklaces. So funny. They literally depleted me of all of my little trinkets. Now I've got to like go through the trinkets and make sure I have enough because I will be going back again and allowing kids. And then I said to one kid, I said, what we're going to do today is make a wishing bracelet. So they was like, what is that? And I was like, well, wishing bracelet. You're going to make this wishing bracelet. It's going to tie on. It's meant to break. It's not meant to stay on. But when you put it on, you're going to say the Jabez prayers 7 times. Oh, that you would bless me indeed, enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, that you would keep me from evil, so that I may not cause pain. And I said, the I may not cause pain, so you don't cause other people pain. So other pain doesn't come from others to you. You don't want the pain, and you don't want to give it out. And this prayer reminds you of that. Again, I'm talking to a couple of criminal kids that are like, yeah, wow, interesting. So one kid said, and so then I said, I said, even in your court cases, use this wishing bracelet to tell the universe, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you need tomorrow? What do you need for your court cases? One kid was like, man, you should have been here 2 days ago. Because he had gone to court already. I'm like, you're still in here. You got to go back to court. This ain't over. It's an inside joke. All right. I do want to show you the bracelets that they made. It's the cutest. The soul. The soul. That's what, the soul. And I think I got through today. I think I got through to the soul. And thanks to oh my God, I can't even tell you about this woman. I know her as Gabrielle, but they kept calling her Joy, and she is a joy. She is a pleasure, a joy. She saw me making the bracelets at an outside restaurant because I'm just sitting there. Because, Dopey Tracy's, making my bracelets. And she was completely drawn to it. And she was like, oh, these are really pretty. What is this? And a little girl came to me and she was like, I need a bracelet, a little 4-year-old. And I was like, you got it. So I made her a bracelet, and then Joy came along. And Joy and I wound up sitting for like 5-6 hours at the outside restaurant. And everybody else had gone home. And her and I we couldn't even stop talking. Her and I were still talking. And she said, I would love to have you come and make these bracelets at this detention center. And I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to. No big deal. I'd love to. And there's a plant that I wanted called the Tree of Life. And I keep saying, I'm going to buy the plant. And I went to her place yesterday. It's a beautiful outside garden. And she's like me, like she's very giving. So I made a bracelet for her on the spot, and yada, yada, boom, boom, boom. And then she's like, I'm gonna give you the tree of life. So I thought she was gonna pull off some leaves. I always know what to do with leaves. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm like, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see exactly what I could be doing with these leaves. I know what to do with it. And drink it. That's what I'm going to do. Whatever it's good for. When she gave me the whole pot with aloe vera was inside. I love aloe vera. And I got double gift. What? Nicest woman ever. And then she gave me a hat. She loves hats, and like she's known for these hats that she wears. And she gave me a hat, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like she has the spirit, like it's the idyllic. Like we both came from the same pot in heaven. Like she has exactly my spirit, right? And we were joking and laughing about things that we've done, and I was like, oh my god, I've done the same thing. So funny. And so she invited me to this place, and I feel so happy and honored that I could go and participate. And I don't know whose life I will ever change. I just know I'm there, and I plan to affect change, not by force, but by presentation. And it's making me so happy. I'm happy. I can't believe how happy I am. So that's why I haven't been here for a couple of days. So let me say hi to everyone. Hi, Brown Sugar. Hi, Phenom, Poetic. Good morning. I love your picture. Love the flowers. Love flowers. I hope you all have a good day filled with love, peace, blessings, and hugs. And I pray for that you too, Phenom. Hi, New Jersey Ebony Queen. Good afternoon. Hi, Seashells. How are you, sweetie? They're very lucky to have you there alongside them, a true mentor. But why am I so happy? Why do I feel blessed? I'm there to like give out blessings, and I'm like, well, all came back to me. But you're right. I feel that too. Hi, Ayana. Hi, Stephen. Okay, so I said hi to all of you. Okay. Let me show you the pictures first of the jewelry that they made, and they really did inspire me to fix my bracelet a little bit. They inspired me a little bit. So let's see images. Oh, come on. Oh, they're gonna make me. Oh, my nose itches. It's the wind. Such a talented group of kids, and they just made me so happy. Let me see if I can get this. Let me put up at least one of them. And I have a whole array of different crosses. So this is one of them, image. Let me large that up and take my picture out. Look how pretty that is. Look at that. And look how talented she is. Like, oh my God, I just absolutely love. Let me see, is this the same? Oh, stop. Same one? Yes. This is it a little closer. This is it a little up and close. Image. This is another one. Let me just get all of these out first. So talented. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. Such amazing talent. Let's take a look at more. So look how talented. This was a little girl. She did this. And when I say little, they're all teenagers. And well, they're little to me, child. I got like 50 years on some of these kids. Come on. And then this is the next one. Colton, I'm going to go ahead and take you down. This is my little dragon friend. He was so drawn to the protective eye. We had a whole conversation about the protective eye and how some cultures believe that it actually pushes back evil, but um, used to be called the evil eye, but the meaning was to push back evil. It has since changed to protective eye, and then Joy changed it to something else. Joy changed it to Joy had me cracking up. Let me ask her. She changed the protective eye to something else. So funny. All right, go. All right. So that was she's Joy is so funny. She has me cracking up. And then let me see. We have this one. This was another little boy's. Look how talented. Look at that. Look at that. And he made a star, right? And then the staff got involved, and you know, they had the little girl make a bracelet for one of the staff members. I thought that was really funny. So look at this. This is Jade, and she found a cross that had Jade to it. And did this become the bracelet of one of the members? I can't remember now. I wonder if I took the bracelet of. I think this became the bracelet. Yeah, this was the bracelet. One of the staff members took that. Like they just made their own designs, and some kids made a bracelet, and some kids made a necklace. Um, the string itself is not meant. Look at this one. Look how talented this one is. I think this one also became a bracelet. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that stunning? The talent. Just so stunning. And this gold heart on the other side is a purple heart. So purple heart, purple butterfly, a cross. On the other side of this cross is also purple. But look how talented. Oh my God. They did a good job. You did a good job. You did a good job. All these kids said, oh, and then we made, not we, Joy made granola bars for them. And then we had yogurt with granola. I had so much fun in the spirit of the youth. And then I didn't do it out loud, but we kept going over the Jabez prayer over and over and over. And I was trying to emphasize the need for prayer, right? And that prayer, can you, pr- prayer can create miracles. So I kept overemphasizing the Jabez prayer. And then I discussed it with the staff. I was like, look it up on Google. It's called a miracle prayer. Anytime you need something, go to the Jabez prayer. And I told the staff, I make everyone say it 7 times because it's not like You don't get to say it once and think that miracles are going to rain on you. Like, we all have to work, even to God, even to Yahweh, even to Christ Jesus. We got to put the work in. And then I told them, and then you get 3 wishes. And I was telling the staff, I was like, you can waste it on a man if you want, or you can use your 3 wishes wisely. But that's up to you. All right, guys. I had a good time yesterday, and I think we're going to be doing this weekly. So hopefully, I told them there's so much meditation we could be doing for the kids, helping them visualize their future selves, right? Outside of here. Um, the little girl that made that jewelry right there, she wants to be an entrepreneur. She knows what type of entrepreneur she wants to be, which is half the battle, right? Everybody's like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, but they have no idea. She knows what she wants to be, and what she wants to be is easy to obtain. Like, the minute she hits adulthood, she could do this. So she's got people that's going to be there and support her and get her started. So this is going to be continuation weekly. So I will keep you guys abreast on what type of tools we use for wholeness, mental consciousness, to help affect personal change in their lives, and hopefully make a difference. All I can tell you is that if my dad had not shown up, I would not be here today. That's the most I can offer up. So you just never know who could change your life. For me, it happened to be my dad. But for others, it could be anybody. That one day they'll be in their 60s and they're going to be like, man, there was this one woman, her crazy friend. They made such a difference in our lives. And you never know. I look forward to making a difference. But the good part is I'm getting something back, and I think that's what makes me happy. Meanwhile, I'm totally exhausted today. Like, kids take a lot of energy. Oh, Lord, they take so much energy. Ugh. So I do have to replenish. So I'm thinking nap time in about 20 minutes. I hope you guys are enjoying the nap time videos, to remind you that nothing matters, and that taking a nap is like a thing. Go in your car, just make sure there's no carbon monoxide, and put that air conditioner on, put on some music, and give yourself 20 minutes for a nap, a nice power nap. Oh, child, it'll change your whole life. All right, guys. All right, let's get the word of the day. It's the weekend. What are your plans for the weekend, everyone? The word of the day. What is the word of the day, y'all? The word of the day is... The word of the day is... Wait, let me get the right banner up. The morning report. The word of the day is... Make sure we have enough light. God said, let there be light. The morning report. The morning report. Sorry, guys. The morning report. No. Round and round. Round and round. And let's see what it says. Number 25, spiritual, right? Reduces down to 7. Number 25. High five. Round and round. Hi, brown sugar. The spiral quality of events when the lesson isn't integrated. Events when a lesson isn't integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break. Oh my God, that is so what being with these kids are like breaking the lessons, breaking the not breaking the challenge, breaking the spirit that's in them, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backwards, the higher truth that you are standing at is at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You're not going backwards, you've learned something. Do something different. Break the cycle set up from your past. Today, you have a bird's eye view of your beginning footsteps, and now you can access the wisdom and lessons learned. This card is actually perfect because how I started out was my teenage years, and I said, I'm old now. So now I could see all the benefits of someone stepping in to help, right? Because now I have a bird's eye view. I can look back and see how my steps were ordered, where Jesus was, right? Where my angels and saints guides and helped me through some really hard times that could have been so much worse. Could have been. But it was never meant to be worse. So I can look back on it and go, oh, child, I could have been a whore in the streets. Or could I? They were never going to make me a whore in the streets. I didn't know that, though. I was just taking a stand against staying in abuse. But the minute I took that stand, my angels, my guides, my ancestors, they swooped me right up and they protected my bottom. I never fell on my ass. Even though I made a decision that potentially could have turned me into a drug addict, a street person, a whore, a laughing stock. None of my angels and guides and ancestors, Yahweh, particularly Jesus, did not want to see that for me. So of course my dad had to come to the rescue. He had no choice, because Spirit was talking to him too. Does that make sense? Are you wondering, how did I get here? Does something feel familiar in your dynamic with others, especially the relationships? How, like, most of us wind up with the same relationships over and over and over. It's time to break the cycle. Something's too familiar. Don't be surprised that you find yourself repeating old stories with new people. They don't look similar, but who you attracted is similar. Same qualities. Your relationship is a relationship message, is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You've been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. So if you keep repeating the same people in your life, you're not accessing the lessons from the previous one. You're not saying, no, I met you before in different pants, so yeah, I'm not doing this with you. I'm good. And it's hard for you to understand. It's hard for the person that you're talking to understand. But you got to stand your ground. Like, I met you before. I met the spirit of you. There's a lot of you. But this, with you, I'm not repeating. So I'm not going to repeat a man that says he's going to call me at 6 and I don't hear from him till midnight. I'm not doing that. I met you before, 6 months ago. It was another jackass. But it's all the same energy. So what I'm going to do with this energy with you is I'm going to stop you. I'm not going to beg you. I'm going to stop you because you no longer have access to me. That's the decision. not to get you to change. I have to change. And if I have to change, that means I'm telling you I'm not investing in you. Because it's me. I honor me. You may have circled back to a spot that you're accustomed to, a familiar place, but that's fine. Because you just get to do this again with different pants, with different skirts. But if you have to do it again, do it differently. Don't accept the same shit that you accepted in the past. Fight for your honor, your self-respect. Because you have to recognize that you learned something from your last relationship, not to be repeated in this relationship. How you choose to behave now that you're aware. You can be open and remain curious, but stay out the blame game. And I said that to one of my clients. Her relationship is not the best compatible, but I said, you don't have to listen to me. I don't want you to listen to me. I want you to figure out for yourself whether or not this person is compatible for you. And how you're going to figure that out is if he gets to say to you, how are you doing? And he lets you tell him. All right. 25. Protection message. Prosperity message. You've been in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life. It's because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see. Every time you repeat a cycle, it's because you're not opening your eyes. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives that you're attracted to, the opportunities and the people that have entered your life again to be a part of a journey to prosperity. What are you missing with these new people but same familiar tone? Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs that you keep seeing in your prosperity message? What's your responses to them? When you find yourself in a repeat pattern of the past, it's a good time to get a coach, mentor, who can help you see what you can't on your own. Only repeat what works, not what doesn't. Just free yourself from old cycles and cease going round and round. Protection message. Are you refusing to see your own personal responsibility for repeating lessons that you really don't need to relearn? You have to just surrender to the fact that you are the common denominator in all these repeat performances. Be happy, for this is a wonderful spot to be in. You can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your freedom. Get off. Be good to yourself. Oh, the all-seeing eye. Oh. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. I like that. She calls it the all-seeing eye. Better. Okay. You can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your own freedom. Be good to yourself. It's not about blame, but accountability. You have your abundant life filled with love and prosperity that Spirit so wants for you. So it's kind of like dealing with the kids and having to teach them, which that's not a message that actually got across yesterday, but I will remember this card to teach them that they don't have to keep repeating these cycles. You don't have to keep drinking. You don't have to keep orchestrating anger issues. Because look at where it got you, and it's only going to get you back here again or worse. So, as adults, that you and I are constantly learning together in the spiritual world and our unconscious motives for dealing with people and working through some things, we too, even in our late stages of our lives, have always got to remember that we are not going to repeat cycles anymore. That we're looking for autonomy and peace. And if you're going to come aboard, you better act accordingly. Or else, you got one shot. And if you ruin the chance to be in my company, I'll never go back and reinvest in you again. And that takes practice. Saying no is a full sentence. Sticking to it takes practice. All right, guys. I hope you liked today's message. Love you all. Hi, Wendy. And I'll see you guys later. All the horoscopes are out. They're all out. And now we're going to begin again. There's something on my car. It's weird. All right. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown lived the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.